Hello violin players, welcome to the Pro Arm Strings Violin School. I'm Henriette and this is lesson 25 of the Violin Class for Beginners course. And today we are learning what is in the red book, number 44, and what is in the older version of the book, numbers 59, 60 and 61. And we're going to do them all in one go today. So let's have your violin ready and your bow rosined and ready to play. And I'll play you this whole song first. So 44 in the red book, 59, 60 and 61, 3 numbers in one go in the older version of the book. This really promotes your flexibility in your fingers. Before we play this together, if you have an older version of your book, maybe you can write in some slurring again like you did last time, except now we're not slurring the first 2 notes of each bar, we're slurring the last 2 notes of each bar. And that is just something to do with our top line, or in other words, with your number 59. 2 notes separate bows, 2 notes slurred, 2 notes separate bows, 2 notes slurred, 2 notes separate bows, 2 notes slurred, and your last bar here, 2 notes separate bows, 2 notes slurred. So if you play from an older version, can you please write in those slurrings? In both versions of the book, the rest is already slurred, so you don't need to add that there. Let's go ahead. Let's play this, shall we? So now when we play 2 notes separate bows first, we are playing those separate notes at the lower half of the bow. So we're in this area of the bow first. When we then slur the next 2 notes, obviously we'll play the whole bow on those 2. I'll count us in for 4 and we'll see if we can play everything. So that is the whole of exercise 44 and exercise 59, 60 and 61 all in one go. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's hold it here for a moment. Now, when you play 4 notes slurred, each note gets a quarter of the bow. So the 4 notes combined use up the whole bow. Here we go, and that's a lot of notes in a short space of time, isn't it? Well done, very good. Okay, so you've noticed when you play 4 notes slurred, you'll want to try and leave your fingers down. So this is the second line of your piece. Look, I leave my fingers down. And now I can take them off one by one. You see? And that is the reason why I leave my fingers down, because I play those same notes again. Will you practice that with me, please? So this is the middle line of exercise 44, or if you play from my old book, exercise 60. Here we go, and And I think you will have spotted the pattern with me that it is 3 times exactly the same. So be aware, if this is you, please try to leave your fingers down on the string when you play. You see, now you can feel the pattern. It will progress what we call the geography of your fingerboard, so you get to feel where all those spaces are where your fingers come down in relation to your other fingers, and that is a very important aspect of your violin playing. So let's now have a look at the last line of 44, and that is exercise 61. And here let's have a look at it and see if we can spot a pattern there as well, because knowing the pattern in this section will also make your playing a lot easier. So we'll give you moments to mull that over. What is the pattern? And some of you might say, oh yes, every slow starts first on a D, then on an E, then on an F sharp, then on an E, then on a D, and then on the last one is always different, just to round it off. Have you also spotted that between, if you look at this last group of 4 semi-quavers, you've got 2, 4, 3, 1, 3, 1. Watch out for that one, because that one is different from the rest of our pattern, isn't it? If you look at the whole of this bar, it has a different pattern from all of those other bars, doesn't it? Shall we play that again? Will you join me? Now, those of you who know me a little bit, I'm a great promoter of slow playing. So let's keep as slow as we were before. And we're having a bit of a weighing up of 2 things now, isn't it? We want to play slower because then the fingers of the left hand get more time to think about which finger is next. And how slow we can go depends really on the bow, because my left hand fingers will want to go slower because that is more confusing when I play faster for the left hand. But then again, my bow can't at a certain pace not go any slower, otherwise I can't fit 4 notes on the bow, you see. So it is a bit of a weighing up process of how slow can I go so that the bow can still make a nice sound, or how fast can my fingers go so that I can fit it all on the bow. So and that will be a bit different for everyone individually, but we'll try and find a happy medium here, shall we? I am going to go from the beginning of 44, so that is exercise for 59, and we'll play the whole song through. So 3 songs if you have a green book. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well done. Now we're going back to the top of this piece now, so the first line, and you can see that your first interval, your first jump from the first note to the second note in this piece is D to 2 fingers on D. which means that when you play it correctly on the violin, you will play an open D string and then fingers 1 and 2. So you play as much as you can any intermediate fingers on your violin as well. So I'm not just playing D and 2. No, I'm playing D and both fingers down. And again, that promotes your feel for the fingerboard. The next bar starts on 1, 3, and that means I'm playing 1, 2, 3. Can you see that? Those fingers in the air, they're already together because they're going to come down together. Yeah, so try not to do it like that, but see if you can get it all down in one go. Next, take a look at the third bar. Then you've got 2, 4. Now we know that your second finger and your third finger are together, but fingers 3 and 4 have got a space. So I'm trying my hardest to put them both down at the same time, you see? Can you see that? Let's try that, shall we? Fingers 2 and then 4. And again, 2 and 4. So that means 2, 3 and 4. And loosen up your thumb, because there is a big risk that you're going to squeeze your thumb. So we're trying to work on our techniques a little bit, and that is going to help our intonation, playing in tune, you see. So let's try this whole first line, and we're doing it slowly, really working on placing those fingers together. D, you. That's really good work. Even if you managed halfway, that is still awesome progress, isn't it? In a moment, we'll play it again, and perhaps you can get one bar further with placing your fingers together on the string, you see. These are difficult techniques, so don't expect that you can do it in one go. Please, that's not how violin playing works usually. So we'll take it one step at a time, and we'll celebrate every little bit of progress. Shall we do that again? Slowly does it. Here we go. D, 1 and 2. Place fingers 2 and 3. Fingers 3 and 4 down. Fingers 2 and 3 down. Wow! Now for an end of your lesson, let's forget all about all of that and let's just play the next 2 lines without thinking. Here we go. And together with me. Please don't despair if you didn't, because that was suddenly a little bit faster, wasn't it? But it's coming and you're improving your technique all the time. So I'm very grateful for you sharing all your time with me right till the end of this video, and that is the way how you make progress. Well done. In our next lesson we're going to build on this a little bit further, so I very much look forward to seeing you then. Goodbye.